Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Lidivit channel. So today is March 15, 2024, 8 a.m. local time. So that would be uh, Thursday in Central Time, 6 p.m. So hello everybody. So I try to play, a little background. So 'cause this is the first time I played. So for those ones to hear music. So all you have to do just, go to brand and scroll all the way down. So there's a free music there that you can able, to play. So so the weather here in the Philippines is now I noticed that it's cloudy, but the same yesterday it's cloudy but never rain. Okay. So it's not yet summer. The pag-asa is not announced the summer, okay, but we experience the drought season because a lot of particularly outside Metro Manila, like Mindoro, Occidental Mindoro, Pampanga, all farmers are affected of the drought season, especially for those rice planters or rice farmers. They lose a lot of crops for this year because of the drought season. So guys, if you just let me know if my audio is good or not, because well, for those Western people, when it comes to internet provider or internet connection here in the Philippines, that's a big problem here because we don't really have a good connection. So I'm just checking if my audio or my video is blurry or my audio is choppy. So just let me know, guys. And now the like last night I was watching news and some, especially now that there's a problem in Cebu City, the shortage of, they have a critical level of water, to supply people. So hi Bob, thank you for coming, Bob. There's a certain time that they will uh, cut off the water supply because of the water from the dam. What's the name of it? um Tacloban Dam, that's in Cebu. So it's, the level of water, it's on the critical level because of the drought season. So and also here in the also here in Metro Manila, the Angat Dam, well, it's not in a critical level, but they have to, control the water supply because if not, it will gonna be happen same as in Cebu City. The Tacloban Dam will go on to the critical level. Hey, Steph. Thank you for coming, Steph. Good morning. No, it's not good. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Steph. So that's, oh my God, well, I'm grateful that we don't have a problem about that. But we just be careful. We just save water, save water. That's if we have El Nino, that's the problem. if we have El Nino. El Nino means, drought season. So if there's a La Nina, okay, that's if we have La Nina, my God, it's just like every week there's a flood, or there's a rain, or typhoon. So I think that's also affect, the climate change. I don't know, guys, if you believe the climate change. And I have a short story, guys. This is so ridiculous and kind of a scary, because this is real happen, because I'm very aware of what's going on my, in my country, what's going on in my environment. Okay, so I just watch news, local news, and this is, for those, well, I'll gonna share this for those Western people. It happens here in the Philippines. So for those young people, like young Filipino people, particularly women, be careful, because last night I was watching the news. Okay, so this girl, she's 20 years old, and they never mention about the age. It's the same age with the guy. So they talking online for 3 days, and they decided, to omit. This is happened in Quezon City. Quezon City is a big city here in Metro Manila. Okay, they meet. Okay, they decided. Okay, this is the meeting place. And then the girl never expect the girl that, the guy, or the man that she will met, was a hold upper. Okay, hold upper. So when they met, okay, so they already went to, the meeting place. Okay, they met. Okay, so the guy talking to her, and then all of a sudden the guy hold her with a knife and put it on her side. Okay, follow what I telling you. Okay, the man took her 2,000 pesos. Okay, so that, how much is that in dollar? 2,000. Okay, well, one. How much is that? 55. About mm, $40. Oh my God, I'm not really good in mathematics. Okay, I'm very poor. Okay, and then he took it, and then of course, the girl don't want, don't, 2,000. That's a big amount of money for, for Filipino. She never gave that, and then, they she fight with this, with the man that, wanted to, uh, she thought that's her boyfriend. Okay, then, they're fighting, but, sad to say that the man, okay, took it to 2,000, but, the girl was, was wounded. And then but and then, the guy took it the 2,000, and, her cell phone, and then run. But the girl was, was wounded, and then she run and asked help for those, for those people on that area. So good thing that this man was arrested with the, with the cops, because there's a cops on that area. So the, people ask help for those cops, and then this guy caught. Okay, and then this guy pretend he's the suspect, but he act like a victim. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then, he said that the girl wanted to hold up him. Instead, that the girl supposedly will tell the cops that this is the guy who, hold up. So that's crazy. But, cops don't believe his statement, so just they put it in the jail or prison. So that's, that's very um red flag, for those. Okay, so my advice for those young Filipino men and women: be careful who you're talking with. And also for those Western people, okay, be careful dealing with, Filipino people, men or women. Be careful, because you think that's impossible happen, but this is, the story that I'm going to share with you. It happened. So be careful about that. Be careful. Okay, guys, so I would like to invite everyone, for those who wants to join to my membership, join button. Feel free, to join on my membership. So it's up to you what level are you going to join. And then for those who wants to donate, I have super chat or super sticker, and also PayPal. This is one thing that I preferred, for those who wants to donate, because I'm going to build my studio in the future. Okay, in the future, because I try to raise fund for that. So my PayPal is open, because if you're gonna donate to super chat or super sticker, of course, YouTube has a cut for that. So if you send, there's a 30% this cut from YouTube. So if you go to straight on my PayPal, well, there's another fee, if I gonna transfer to my bank account, but it's not as big as YouTube uh cut. Okay. So guys, that's crazy thing that I'm share with you. Okay, so be careful for those, for those young people, particularly Filipino men and women. Be careful who you're talking with, and also, for those Western people, because it happened also to my friend. He's from Ohio. Okay, he's white American. He's my subscribers in my channel, and came here in the Philippines and met me with, also with Frank. And what, I'm close to him. Every time he's here, I always check him if he's okay. How is he? Because we never know. Sometimes people harm, especially if they know that their first time here in the Philippines. I always check him. How is he? And then we just like close friend, and he shared things that happened to him when he met a young Filipina, beautiful young Filipina, very very innocent look. And then he never think that this woman rob and steal some of his precious stuff. So be careful, guys. Be careful, because the things that I'm telling you, it's facts. It's not just what I see or what I saw. This is real happen. So be careful. I'm not saying that all my people are good. Everywhere. In any countries. So all you have to do, be aware of people. What country are you going? Okay, or what country are you going to visit? Be careful about those people. So for those who wants to join, feel free. Okay, so the link is there. So our subject or topics for today, or for tonight or afternoon. Hi, Bruce. Thank you for coming, Bruce. Okay, let me go to my comment section, because I went to my brand. Okay. Hi, Bruce. How are you, Bruce? So it's been a long time you coming on my show. So our subject or topic for today or afternoon or night in your time, don't sell everything and move to the Philippines. So that's very, very interesting topic because some they do that, and then sad to say that they met a wrong person. It's just like this woman, particularly those Western men coming here in the Philippines, sold everything, and then meet this lovely, pretty, sexy Filipina, and then of course, when you come here, you have a bunch of money. Okay. So once the Filipina knows, I'm not saying all some, okay, because they're gonna react. Don't judge Filipina. Okay, so I'm gonna Pacific some, and then once you know the money is gone, she's gone also. So be careful. Okay, so we're gonna discuss that step by step, or uh I'm going to give some advice or um, idea for those Switzerland, because this kind of topic I'm gonna really point it to Western people. It doesn't matter if you're men or women. It doesn't matter. So I just address I address this for those for Western people. So, oh yeah, don't feel nervous, Bruce. Are you planning to move here in the Philippines, Bruce? So, okay, because especially this kind of topic, it happened for those single Western men. Okay, and then they found women online that they really want to settle down with her, and then sold everything and moved here and for good. But that kind of scenario, it's you have to go step by step. First, okay, I'm gonna share with you guys just basic steps. Oh, that's good, because it's good also, Bruce, that even though, hi Darren, thank you for coming. Shout out to mega loud shout out to Darren Dobson, Bruce Davis, the professional nomad podcast in Bob. Okay, thank you for coming, guys. Okay, so that's good thing. If you want to go here or move to the Philippines, it's better not to sell everything, or especially your house, so you can still come in here without selling things in the West. So especially for those men, looking for a right person, be smart. Okay, I'm so cold without a jacket. Oh really? Okay, so I'll give you jacket. Okay, there you go, Darren. So here's my okay, so this is this is two things that you can do this if you're gonna stay here for good, to stay single, or if you want to move here for looking for a mate. Okay, so first, if you want to move here, just just by yourself, so you don't want to settled, um, it's okay. It's okay. To solve everything, but don't deal with a woman. Okay, just oh, thank you. So don't deal with a woman. Okay. So if you want to move here and sell everything, just be smart. Be smart when it comes to your money. Okay, don't sell. You can sell, but what I'm trying to tell is you're the one who control your money when you move here. Then you have a woman you with. Oh, sure, go ahead. You can drop your link, or your premiere. So, but in the other side, if you coming here and then okay, let's say you met, you hi, bad body, not too fit. Okay, hello, thank you for coming. How can I okay, so maybe I gonna call you bad body, because you bad body. Bad body. Hi, bad buddy. So you know who's I'm talking. Who's that? That's you, okay? So, uh, okay. Where am I? I'm lost. Okay, so if you move here in the Philippines, you don't want to settle. It's okay to sell everything in the West. But like I said, be smart, to handle your financial, or handle your money, and you're the one control your money, not other people. Okay, so it's okay, because like I said, that be smart, be smart, to deal with your financial, if you're single. But another story if you deal with women that you want to know first, or you want to marry. But once you decided to marry, but have the person first. Okay, so uh that's that's my advice. That's my advice. Look for the place that you're really. But before you come here in the Philippines, you have do a little research about Philippines, about people, about the economic, the I mean economy, about economy, the system. Just a little, research for that. And then the food, the weather. Okay, so you have to know that. So if you think that you can able to stand that kind that I mentioned, go and move to the Philippines. Because here's the thing, that when it comes to um the cost of living here is way less than the West. But like I said, are you ready? Are you ready about the services that we have? Because it's not as like in the States. You have to be patient on that. Okay, you have to be patient on that, especially dealing in the bank. Oh no. In the States, they do in one, on one in one window, they deal like four transaction. No, here you can't do that. So if you have four transaction, you also go to every window that they offer that transaction or service. So you have to be patient about that. And then when it comes to people, Filipino are very friendly. Okay, easy, it's easy to communicate, because when it comes to language, we don't, yeah, a Filipino people can give you especially if you lost in the woods or if you lost in the in the countryside, you can still ask help for them because they can give you a basic English. So the language thing is not really, it's not really difficult for those Western because uh, we speak English, American or British British English. So that's, it's very common here in the Philippines because in school we learn two language, okay, Tagalog and English. Okay, so it's not really hard for us, to deal with Western people. And then the food, okay. Well, Filipino food are, it's good, I love Filipino food. But for those Western people, they're not really, they're not, some they're very adventurous, they're very adventurous to try some uh food like Filipino food. They're very adventurous with that. Some people, they're not. Okay, they're not. So if you're ready to try some exotic Filipino food, or balut, go and move to the Philippines. Guys, I'm not scaring you about balut. So if you don't want balut, escape and try chicken adobo, apritada, lumpia, or egg rolls. There's a lot pancit. There's a lot of good Filipino food. Okay, so if you think that you can able that, the like the weather, because uh, here it's Philippines is a tropical country. Okay, the only thing that we know Filipino feel a little cool, it's rainy season. Okay, rainy season. So if it's not rainy season now, especially now, it's drought season. It's really hot now. The heat index is 39 to 40. But here in Metro Manila, since that I noticed that it's about cloudy, it's about 38 heat index. But it's still for those Western people that uh stay in the states that it's what it's snowy like Chicago. And so when you move here, there's a big adjustment. So you always aware of that. If you can handle the hot, the humid here in the Philippines, and then go. And then for those I already mentioned about, for those Western people move here in the Philippines, okay, good morning, Vietnam and Philippines. Are you in Vietnam, Bruce? Okay, so let me read. Okay, where am I? I can't really read, on my the letters from, my screen. It's too small because I'm using my phone. So I'm gonna use my Wonder Eye, my oh my God. Okay, now I can see. So let me read some of your comment. Guys, for those ones, check to Darren Dobson's channel. So the link is there. So if for those wants to subscribe on him, please subscribe to his channel. Okay, so okay, you asked what Frank did you sell? No, no. All the stuff it's there. He never sell. And it's just like it makes me laugh because he's been here for almost 5 years, Bruce, and he's still paying his apartment, the car, cars, okay, cars, bikes. He considered that his toys, but it's still there in the parking. And then, well, and I told him that, you know what, all the bugs, or some of the insects go in the in your unit. They so happy because they gonna tell, oh, I'm the boss. I'm the boss here. So I can do whatever I want to go. I can crawl on the table or what, because nobody's there. But Frank's still paying that Bruce. Okay, so from Bruce, Frank, you'll be good for that. Your experience, and the Philippines really good. Yeah, he is. Actually, before we met, he's been here for twice, thrice. So before he met me, he already knows what's going on in the Philippines. So when I told him, he's not when I told him things like that, and then he said, yeah, because he already knows before we met. Okay, so let's go. Hmm, okay, I'm gonna remove my anchos. So for those, okay, let's talk about, for those Western men, okay, you met a Filipino online. You've been, but my advice, I don't want to advise that once you meet a Filipina, you jump up to the conclusion that I'm going to marry, for the shortest time. Okay, because there's so many things that change. Okay, once you marry, or once you marry to a Filipina, but it's good thing that you have to know first. Cohabitate for a short time is just like, are you comfortable living with each other? And if you think that you're comfortable, then go uh, marry her. But first you have to know first the person, because some, they just really move to the conclusion, oh, that's so fast. Okay, so you in love with each other just for now. Okay, because a lot of men, of course, they don't want to show. Okay, guys, I don't want to hurt your feeling, guys, but this is the facts that I'm going to tell. But I'm not saying this that uh uh men are bad, men are not good. But this is facts. Okay, of course men, they really want to show the good, the the best of him, okay, to a woman. But the question is that real, or you just want her to because a lot, some men, 'cause I don't want to generalize that some men once they get the once they boyfriend and girlfriend, there's so many things change. Okay, there's so many things change. What I mean is, give yourself, or give herself, to know you better, and to know her better, because there's a lot of false hope that once they boyfriend and girlfriend, they're very sweet that time. So when they get married, they suddenly change. Okay, so the relationship starts change. Okay, so my point is, everyone, I know some, some men that, early 40s, they really want to build their own family. But you have to be smart, to find, it's not here in the Philippines. You can find a right woman in the West or, other country, but you have to know, know the person first, because that's very important. Because, if you want to settle down, of course, men and women wants their, their relationship last long. Because we cannot, I cannot tell, forever, because, that's impossible. That, forever, we're not living forever. Okay. So yeah, that's the best thing. Okay, so you know the person first, and then you think that, also women, i- so if for those Western men, if you think that, you're comfortable, you think that, oh, this is the right person that I'm going to marry, and then go visit her, and, and spend your time with her. But, here's the problem. Well, okay, okay, Steph, I just, small, a little Spanish, because, well, my grandparents, they speak a little, we influenced by Spanish. So some Filipino words or Tagalog words is Spanish. So, bueno, bueno, bueno. So it's just like, small, small Spanish. But, if somebody will speak Spanish that, they don't speak very fast, I can understand some of those. Okay. That's one thing that, I mentioned that to Frank, that I want to learn Spanish language and Italian, because Spanish and Italian is similarity. And then why I choose Spanish, because some of Tagalog word we use Spanish words. So, well, but I know how to count, I know how to count 1 to 1,000 Spanish. But, my accent is Tagalog. So I try to, pronounce by, the accent and pronunciation of, Spanish. But it sounds like, when I speak that, for those Filipino, when they hear that, they laugh. So it's just like example of, federación, because, we speak that in in Filipino, federación. No, in Spanish, federa. The well, the accent is different. Federación. So it's just like, they're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, they laughing, not, insulting. Maybe because, they, the pronunciation or the accent is very rare. So it's just like, just when I teach Frank Tagalog, it doesn't mean that I laugh. It's just like, for me, it's a joy, it's a joy that, even though I know a lot of, American, they have a hard time, to speak Tagalog, but, they try their best, to speak that. It's just like, I'm laugh because of joy that, they try, to learn Tagalog. But anyway, Steph, Tagalog is not my first, it's not my mother tongue. Okay. So I have my, we call that dialect. So my dialect is Hiligaynon. I speak Hiligaynon, that's my mother tongue. Okay. And then Tagalog, that's our language. I'm very, I'm fluent with Tagalog, but it's not my mother tongue. And then a little English. I don't know, because for me, I'm not really, think that my English is good, but I want, well, my when it comes to uh my vocabulary is not really as deep. Okay, so I want to learn more vocabulary, because once you learn a lot of vocabulary words, when you construct sentence sentences, just use one word, it's everything is in there. Okay, so sometimes me and Frank, we do something that words, American English words, we just really talk about that because I learned also from him. So, like, like the word mood. Okay, so I like that, the word mood. Okay, so let me read this, Frank. What? If you move to the Philippines, bring your credit cards and checkbook. Okay. So let me finish first before we're gonna discuss that about the things that you mentioned, Frank. Okay, so let's move here. If you're dealing with a Filipina, so if you think that she's the one, okay, don't still I advise you, still don't sell everything that you had. Move and visit her, spend your time with her. Okay, don't come here and marry here right away. Okay, because like I said, things will change. Things will change, especially if you okay, uh if you live together, all of a sudden you realize, oh, he changed, and then you realize that you don't really like that way that he treated you, or the way she treated you. You don't really like that way. So for me, is my advice is come here in the Philippines, visit her, spend your time with her, observe her, and I'm sure for those Filipino, observe your Western man, and then you give yourself, or you give her chance, or you give, to live just only you and her. Okay, so that, okay, if you realize, okay, I'm comfortable living with her, or I'm comfortable living with him, and then that's the time that, okay, sit down, both of you, and we'll tell, okay, I'm comfortable living with you, so let's go and get married. Okay, because, well, sometimes you cannot really, what do you call that, adjust just a short time. So you have to adjust for, well, approximately 3 months or 4 months. So when you visit her, and just only you and her, okay? It doesn't mean that, I'm saying that, I'm not saying this, that don't deal with her family. Okay, you can deal after you adjust, after the adjustment period between you and her. So you can deal with her family. But sometimes you cannot really do that, to to spend more time with her, because the Filipina family it's in there. Okay, so no privacy, no privacy. So sometimes you it's hard to tell that, oh, I don't it's I know that feeling, for those Western men, that okay, oh, I don't want, I don't want you to deal with your family, just only you and me, because well, Filipino will gonna turn off on you. So you don't have, you don't have a chance, to tell her, especially if there's a family involved with her. So for me, it's just like what happened to us is just like, okay, I let my family knows that my fiance is coming, and we're gonna marry soon. But we never go on that. When Frank came here, we never do that. Okay, marriage thing right away. No, because I want to know him first, even though I know him online. What I mean is, I know him first, living together, um, because I want him also to feel comfortable with me, and also him. I want him to feel comfortable with me. Same also with Frank. So, and then after that, when we realize, okay, we're comfortable, and then that's the time we plan to get married. But we never did that. Some that oh, the family it's in there, in the hotel or what. No, just only me and Frank. But I already informed my family, because we're grown, my God. So there's a lot of you Western people that happen that to them. So they just they cannot really do things that they really want to do, because there's a friend, there's a family. So it's kind of complicated. So for those Western men, okay, so this is our subject. I'm talking with, if you find your mate, you still don't sell everything that you have in the States, because we never know, because after the marriage is not the end of the relationship. There's still a period of adjustment, because I do believe that once you leave the person in one roof, okay, men and women, you can still see that they might change. Like, you don't see things that he's doing when you're girlfriend and boyfriend, but when you see that, when you married, you realize, oh, he became sweeter. He become, very loyal. Sometimes it's not the same way, when you get married, and then you live within one roof. The men and the women change. They become what do you call that, they become mean. you know they have attitude. So that's the thing that I really advise, that know the person first. Because once, especially if you're married here in the Philippines, guys, remember, Philippines, we don't have divorce. We have annulment. But for those live under, on their pension, is not really advisable, to marry here, because what if the Filipino change, and she just wanted your money. There's no love because you know the real her because you married her. So that's that's kind of scary for those, especially for those elders. That's kind of a scary. Okay, know the person first. Okay, you want to know how life will be once you move for the hotel into house together. Yeah. Well, it's just like, the case between me and Frank. Well, my family is just like they start visiting us when we get married. But on the process that that on the process that we're getting to know each other very, very closed. Okay, the adjustment period is it's done, and then we're married. So that's the thing that that's the time. I mean, that's the time that I allow my parent, my family to visit us. But I have to tell to Frank first because uh his opinion is meant a lot to me, and of course as a respect to my husband. So that's the way we do because I don't me either, guys, don't, for those watching right now, okay, don't stick your nose on me because this is the way I am. So when me and Frank met, there's no family, there's no the whole family, I just only me uh fetch him in the airport, and then we stay in the hotel for over a month. Hi Gitchi, what's up, homie? That's it. I'm just copying Frank, homie. So I don't, because this is our moment. This is our moment. So I want privacy because this is if you decide to marry, this is the lifetime. The lifetime. What is masarap? What are you talking masarap, Getchi? So that's the thing that I'm going to do it do it in me and Frank because I want because I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Because I'm the type of person that once I marry a person, I don't want to get okay married to another man or what, or divorce, or file annul because I made a mistake. No, I don't want that. So it's just like that time we just okay. Sometimes there's the things that you cannot really tell that okay. Sometimes it's not it's not on your will, or it's not on your on your side, but you have to learn. You have to learn to accept that every person has their own identity. So I remembered what my father tells us because he always advised us. The words of my father mean a lot to us. Mean a lot to us. So for those watching right now on the live chat, okay, guys, where I came from a big family. Okay, big family. We all nine girls. We don't have a brother. We all nine girls. So my father always advised us. Well, sometimes it happens that not all his daughters daughters had a right had the right way to choose men. But sometimes well, it's just like my father tells us that uh yeah, I have a single. Single sister. I told you that, Gichi, but I don't have a time, to talk with her because she's busy. So I have a single sister. Come on. I have also a widow, a widow sister. What are you talking, Masarap? So yeah, so my father told us that in a relationship, you have also embraced, the bad side. What I mean, bad side, the what is the right term for the bad side? It's not really bad, bad, what is the right word that Frank, it's not really bad that, is a murderer or what, not the thing that I'm talking about. So my father told us you have to accept that, because if you accept that first, and then the good side of your partner, everything is gonna be okay. Everything will be you know smooth, because a lot of people, they just go on the good side. So once the real the real the real color came out, it's gonna be a big fight. Okay, and it's hard to deal with that, because they embrace first the good side of a person, and then once the real color came out, they have a hard time to deal with that. And then it end up, okay, we're gonna separate, I'm gonna file divorce, or I'm gonna file annulment, because I cannot take that anymore, I can't stand for that. Okay, so Bruce Davis, one thing that you guys that are single get to know people at your hotel, and once you know them, ask them if they know of any single girls for you guys. What? I don't, what do you mean? Let me read it again. One thing that you guys that are single get to know people at your hotel, and once you know them, ask them if they know of any single girls for you. I don't really get what you mean. Okay, so okay, here's I'm gonna explain. Okay, like me, okay, I'm married, and then I have friend. Okay, single is just like, I will, for those men on the live chat, if you're looking for, for Filipino, I have friend, this is the way that I help. So I have friend looking for a mate, and I'm making sure this woman is legit, he's serious. Okay, is she's serious to have a family, and to deal with the guy. So I just recommend serious Filipinos, serious Western men. Okay, because I want the relationship becomes successful. I don't want to recommend if the man, or if the Western man is just like wants to have P. That PUSSY. They just want that. I don't like that. Okay, because like it's unfair to this Filipina that really looking for a serious relationship, and then is that's the way that you think, you just wanted PUSSY. Okay, so I don't want to recommend that. But for those Western men that wants to settle down, well, it's just like my advice is just like, know the person first before. That's why for me, dating is very important in a relationship because that's that's the start, to know. Hi, Jimmy Masters. Gitchi. Okay, here's, I'll gonna send you a message to your WhatsApp because I have friends. I have friends. So, and um she's a very kind Filipina. She's single, no, she's not married, no child. And I also, but I stopped dealing with that because there's a guy that, send me an email, ask for, a girl. And then all of a sudden he ghosting her. Duh. Okay, so I told, if you're not really interested with a girl, just tell her in a nice way so that she don't ask, what do you mean, she don't after you. Okay? It's just like all of a sudden you just left her without saying anything. You just ghosting her. No, I don't. She deserve she deserve respect. If you're not really comfortable with that woman that I give, okay, just let me know and just let her know. But you have to tell her in a nice way, okay? Because it doesn't matter, because I just, before I give that, I also, advise that you have to know the person first. If you're comfortable, talking with this person, and then fine. But it doesn't mean that I give you that's your boyfriend or your husband. No, don't think that way. A lot of Filipina, they think that. Okay, a lot. Once they come here and they think that, oh, this is my boyfriend or this is my husband. No, no, it's not. So you have to think that, okay, he come here in the Philippines, to see you in person and to know you. But some, they what they call that, the sex pacts. Okay, they do that for the sake of sex. They, yeah. So you don't have to deal with that people. Okay, because they just want pleasure, not serious relationship. Yeah, yeah, good. Because there's a lot of story here in the Philippines. Western men coming here in the Philippines, they sold everything. And like I said, that they meet a Filipina that they're not really serious. Okay, when the money's gone, she leave, and then he end up become broke and begging begging some money on the street. And you can see that in Cebu. There's so many cases happen in Cebu City. Yeah, yeah, that's right. You say that is so cute. How you spell out words you don't want to say often. So there's a story that there's a guy. He's a Belgian. This is happened in part in Mindanao. okay, Mindanao. He sold everything, he sold everything and then married a Filipina, but he's 55, okay, and then he sold everything, moved here, and then the first, he has a lot of money, the Filipina that he met, always go shopping, uh do a party with her family, and then, well, the money, of course, if you're not smart, if you're not smart and wise to spend your money, it's easy to spend your money, and it's easy to lose your money. And then it happened that there's no running money on his hand. And then the Filipina asks, okay, I want this, I want that. He can't give anything because he's running out of money. And then the Filipina leave her. Good thing in the village, they built a small house. It's not a brick house. It's a, nipa house. I think that they build that for rest house made of nipa house. It's a nipa house, I mean. And you know what? He end up, because I think in Europe, he's a baker. He's a baker, and he know how to make bread. And then, well, there's a good Filipino neighbor that gave him food because he has no money. He's penniless. And then the Filipina, well, sad. This is sad story. Go with another Western man. And then his everyday life, he make bread and sold their neighbor. And then some neighbor, they realize, oh, he made a good bread. That's the source of his income, making bread and selling with his neighbors. And that's his survival uh thing. So it's so sad, so sad, especially that that time when I watch, he has a diabetes, but he's trying his best, to do a hustle. So that's for those Western, especially elders. Oh my, be careful. So that's why I don't want to recommend for those, for those men, Western men looking for a mate, that this Filipina is not serious, because I can see that well, I'm married to a Western man, so I just want them, same experience that I had. So I just make it sure that I give the right person